The week is always kind of strange, weekdays here at Fat Tracks Books and Records in Cedar Park. And I'm Thomas. And I'm keeping an eye out because I've had a lot of foot traffic today, but not necessarily a lot of sales. It's been um, random people. Some people just coming in and check it out. I had a few people come in and buy stuff. But the one person that came in today was a rep for Ingram, which is one of the big distributors that I've mentioned before.
Yeah, sure.
It was weird because I am so used to doing things solo or on my own that I kind of didn't realize I had an actual rep. Um, and they kind of didn't know that they were my rep. They were down at like another shop down the way. I think she said she was like at Book People or something, and they mentioned us, which, by the way, I appreciate that. Um, yeah, uh, all the other indie shops that mention us, I seriously appreciate that.
Thank you, friend. That really means a lot to me.
But yeah, they were like, "Oh, you need to go buy Fat Tracks if you haven't gone met those folks," and so she did. She came in. I got her card. Um, I didn't want to dog her for the warehouse issues that we have, which I have mentioned before here, or the credit issues that I've had, which I've mentioned before here. But like I said, it's just weird, You get used to doing things on your own through like ordering pages and stuff like that, that you kind of forget that you do a lot of times have the option of dealing with another person. Not that the other person can help. Um, I do have to admit that there have been a number of times when I would much rather not deal with another person, or the other people are like, they like make things difficult. She actually asked me about some of the other uh, folks that we deal with, like publishers or that sort of thing, and she was surprised because I had mentioned that Simon and Schuster makes it real difficult to order things from them um, as a small as a new bookstore, because they, on their application, you need to have three. So there's a type of credit that's like not like your credit score or your credit cards or something like that, right? It's like, I forget what it's called, but it's like an industry credit. So the idea is that, like, in order to open an account, you have to prove that you have a history of paying on time. And they want three companies. They want your company to have three companies that they can use as references that you have open credit accounts with, um, like payment terms, right? And it's I've actually spoken with one of the reps over at Simon and Schuster, and they were like, "Well, we just want this," and I'm like, "You understand we opened in December, right? Um, who do you think I've been doing business with in your industry to prove that I can do business with you?" And that went nowhere, which is why I still don't have their application filled out, because what am I supposed to put there? But and it's weird because the rep from Ingram she said, "Yeah, so and so was telling me about that, and that's just really weird." And I'm like, surely this is not the first time you've heard this. But then again, maybe it is. I mean, people tell me stuff going on at other bookstores, and I have no clue what's going on. I'm just like, oh, well, okay. But yeah, like I said, it was weird. It was a little weird to deal with or meet a rep that I guess I knew I had, but I didn't know I had. Um, and usually when you meet people like that, it's always because something went wrong. Like, I've met one of my reps for Penguin because of things that went wrong. He was a nice enough guy. He got it handled. So yeah, I liked him because he got it handled. But yeah, so there's no point, again, to any of these videos, particularly this one. Just the thought that you could do business with a company as a company and never know who's actually responsible for your account, or have never actually meeting them. And it's true on the record side of things. I technically have a sales manager that's supposed to deal with my account for all these places, and I've emailed the one for Alliance, and I've spoken to on the phone to the one from AMS and 33 and a third. Those are nice folks, but like, no, I guess on the record side, I do actually deal with, because Atticus over at Sub Pop, and then who's the Polyvinyl? The folks over at Polyvinyl, I've emailed back and forth with them, so I've at least emailed. So I guess it's just books. They just don't want to talk to you, I guess. I don't know.
Leave me alone, you goblin!
Yeah, you should come in and buy stuff. Because, again, I'm turning this into a commercial. But instead of telling you to have a Big Mac tonight, I'm telling you to come in and buy some books and music and some stickers and some hair dye. Here at Fat Tracks Books and Records in Cedar Park, across the street, or across the, I always say street. Why do I always say street? Across the parking lot from Don't Tell Mama. Across the street from Blue Corn. And I'm Thomas, and I'm here. And I'll see you probably tomorrow, unless we're slammed again and I just don't get to make the video. But, yeah. Later.
I know perfect way to show McDonald's how I feel. I go to Burger King.